to have for youth. But look, you can't just, these kids have got to get back to school. They're at the lowest risk possible. And if they do get COVID-19, which they will, and they will when they go to school, they're not going to the hospitals. They're not going to have to sit in doctor's offices. They're going to go home, and they're going to get over it. And most of it all proves out to be that way, that if you look at the science of it. And we got to get real with that and realize that, you know, we got to move forward. The risk.
What? Welcome back. We've had a short hiatus for a couple days, weeks, months, decades. Time is irrelevant. We've all been going through some stuff. Pandemic is worse than ever. I think an extra 100,000 people have died since the last time we talked about tea, because everyone really wants a straight, cisgendered white male talking about tea. Who doesn't want that? I know you didn't ask for it, but I'm giving it to you. Wow, we got a lot to cover. You know, people are being abducted by their government. People are being shot by their government. Deaths are being ignored. But you know what? We got tea to talk about. And today we've got a different one. It's out of the ordinary for me. It's a turmeric ginger tea. This is from Rishu, whatever it's called, pronunciation, that's up to you. It's an interesting tea. I had some earlier today to just get some initial thoughts, and it is smelling very strong, doesn't taste very strong, and it reminds me of somewhere I've been, but can't remember where. So, going back a few thousand years, there really wasn't turmeric ginger tea. They were separate from one another. Ginger tea was most likely used in the Tang Dynasty. They would have some bitter teas and they'd use ginger to sweeten them up. They'd also use onions, peppermint, cloves, and I think ginger was probably the best choice. We also see it in Korea, where they would preserve it in honey and then soak it in boiling hot water, which would bring out the flavors and the sweetness of the honey, and honestly, sounds divine. Wish we had time for that. As for turmeric tea, it seems to be more modern. Wikipedia hasn't lied to me yet. It won't lie to me now. It originated in Okinawa, Japan. That's it. That's all they have to say about it. It's like a 3-sentence long article. But it seems like that this herbal tea has been combined by Western influences to use it as a healing method of getting you some antibiotics. Maybe it prevents cancer. Maybe it just keeps you going, burning the midnight oil. Maybe it does nothing and it just tastes good. That's my opinion. I'll let you decide. We got 3 different mugs here. We got Qingdao, we got London, we got Bastion. I definitely wanted to have it in a bigger mug to pour them all for you. We got our mug, our transportation mug, so we can get equal amounts of tea in all 3 of these. Let's get this bad boy pretty hot, pretty steaming, a little spicy, a little sexy, who knows? We're gonna break out this tea real quick. Ooh. First try, ladies and gentlemen, that's professionalism. I'd like to give a shout out to my editor, director, street supervisor, Jonah. He helped us up our production quality. We don't have a budget. We're relying on our parents. The silver spoon is being fed to us as we speak. I'd like to give a shout out to Sheena, the best person I know who's not in the room right now. She's the hookup for the tea. Accidentally got too much of it, accidentally delivered. It's a mystery, but the universe has brought us all together and allowed me to try this tea for you today. Now we got a steep, because I don't know if bobbing it actually does anything, but it makes me feel like I'm a part of something bigger than myself. All right, while we're waiting for this bad boy to brew, we got probably about a minute left. We're gonna do a quick sniff test, and the turmeric really pops out. I'm kind of surprised. It smells like the turmeric I put on my chicken. I mean, it's turmeric, what would you expect? But you know, the turmeric really seeps down into the water. There will be a little bit of a residue at the end, which may or may not affect the taste of the tea in the long term, but we're gonna find out. So we're gonna pop a lid on this bad boy, and we're gonna start pouring it into Qingdao. Shout out to Qingdao, miss you every day. If you ever go to China, highly recommend going to Qingdao. London, may or may not be moving there in a year and a half, no one knows, grad school 2021. And Boston, never been, don't ever plan on going. If I end up there, well, I guess that's my own damn fault. So, we're gonna get started with we're gonna pre-sugar, pre-honey it, let it marinate and ferment, what have you. Gonna put a little bit in there because we don't have too much tea going on. We actually have almost no tea going on in Boston, but you know what? There's definitely a pun there with the Boston Tea Party, but we're not going for it. It's not happening. All right. Let's start with the good stuff. The Qingdao. This is with no additives. It's raw, straight from the cup. Turmeric really still comes out there without being the original cup. I don't taste any turmeric. It's almost all ginger. I mean, they really complement each other. The turmeric is a little spicy, it's a little salty, but you know, as soon as you're letting it go down your throat, the ginger comes in, coats it, it's perfect. Feels like it'd be really good if you were having a cold or something and you just need something besides hot water and lemon because you're not a savage and you like nice things in life. Switching it around doesn't do anything for the flavor, but it sure does make you feel smarter. It feels like it's missing something, and that something might be sugar. So, Qingdao, stay right where you're at, never change. London, probably should change some stuff going on there I don't want to get into. Sugar numbs the turmeric, which may be a good thing or bad thing, but it brings out the ginger a little bit more, you know? It feels like there's something on the tip of my tongue of like something I've had before with it. And I love ginger, I love turmeric, but it's neither of those things. It kind of feels like it's almost a candy, but almost like a sugar-free candy, ironically. Oh. I've been informed that I should palate cleanse with the Qingdao. Once again, shout out to the absolute boy. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's a big difference. I'm glad I have a producer who cares about this content. Yeah, wow, turmeric comes out way stronger. I'm glad I had that comparison. So we've got about a shot's worth in Boston. And I feel like that's gonna change a little bit of the flavor, but we're gonna go for it, because you know, 2020, nothing matters, chase your dreams. Yep, that ratio is definitely off, but I can tell you from experience that this tastes like candy. Like those Werther's Originals that might be made of ginger, probably aren't. We're ruining the illusion, and we're going in for take two. Yeah, all right, that helped a lot. I'll give it to you, Jonah. It tastes like it did when I tried it earlier, where it does taste more like a ginger candy that you might find at an Asian market. If you haven't tried one of those, highly recommend. I think it makes it better than the sugar. I don't think the sugar really does much for it. The honey, like the Koreans do of like preserving it in honey, I think this is the closest thing we're gonna get. Now I need to invest in some sort of preservation service. Yeah, I think I like the honey more than the just regular turmeric ginger tea. I think it really brings out the flavors a lot more. That little sweetness makes it all worth it. The unsweetened turmeric ginger is really harsh compared to the sweetened. I think the honey is your best option. It's gonna make the flavors pop out a lot more. It's gonna be easier to drink. It might be one of those things. It's 3 a.m. You're working on your thesis. The police are knocking at your door, and you just want to feel at home. Add a little honey to your ginger tea and you'll be feeling fine.
So I know we kind of started off this episode in a very lighthearted manner about the state of the world, state of the universe, galaxy right now. But it kind of feels necessary to like slow down, take a second, and really kind of actually talk about it, because tea's great and all, but there are sometimes things bigger than tea. And you know, we gotta remember to have solidarity. Alright, I'm gonna stop with the puns now. It's all kind of messed up, and we all know it. We don't know where we're going. We don't know where we've been. I think a lot of people are kind of taking off the blinders, and they're looking at their country and the world in a different light. We got a guy in the White House. He's a guy, that's for sure. There's some stuff going on there. He's just all about himself. If you watch that Chris Wallace interview, the way he treats his staff, the way he treats the media, that's just not right. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. And you know, he's squashing dissent. We're a country built on free speech. The original free speech kind of had to do with tea. Boston Tea Party. See? Full circle. There's a lot of things that we need to change, you know. We all know that Trump ran on and is still running on making America great again. And Hillary, for some reason, said that America's always great. I think what we learned in 2016 is that our leaders are really out of touch. And this is a way of me formally announcing my candidacy for president in 2065. Yes, that then. So, there's an election going on, and I don't like either candidate. And it sucks. And I'm sure you think it sucks too. All we got is each other. Gotta stay strong, be a part of your community, and, you know, donate some money if you can. If you can't, no worries. We're all grinding, we're all hustling. And, I don't know if I have anything else to say other than it all sucks. We're in a crumbling empire. And yeah. Enjoy a nice cup of tea.